welcome to another episode of Easy TV. Hopefully today I will be finishing off the car. The bits are in paint, as you saw from the last video. I've gone over them quickly with a little bit of cutting compound, but obviously I'm going to take them up to Mark when it's on the car for him to finish up. I've already skipped one step ahead and I've taken the wheels off of the Audi, checked over the brakes. They seem to have plenty of meat left in the pad, so all's good there. So now I'm going to jump ahead and take off the bumper and the wings. This is not, can I make this very clear now? This is not going to be a how-to, because I'm going to be following a tutorial myself on how to do this. So I don't want to, and there's plenty of videos out there on how to do this. So I'm not going to take the credit away from the guys that deserve the credit. I don't know which video I'm going to watch yet because I haven't looked one up, but there is going to be ones out there to tell you how to do this. This is more of a I've done this kind of video and not a how-to. I do apologise up front if you see me sweating like an absolute animal today, because it's got to be about 30 degrees up here plus. Because I am sweating like a pig, and I've only driven up here, aircon on, stepped out the car and bang! Jesus, it's nasty, it is nasty. But yeah, and my hay fever's playing up as well. Got one puffy eye on the go. So yeah, not only am I going to be working up here in these extreme heats, my hay fever's causing me pain in my eyes, which I kind of wish I took some Piriton or Pirites or something along those lines before I came up today, because I am torturing myself. So it's hot, I'm torturing myself with hay fever, and there's probably going to be plenty of swearing as I bang my knuckles on every nook and cranny and rusty crevice on this Audi A4. So yeah, let's see how I get on, and hopefully I'll make some progress today. So the first stage of getting your bumper off is to remove the wheel arch liner, right? It looks fairly clean in there, and bear in mind I have just been through with a dustpan brush to try and get the worst of it off. And only a little bit of crud came out. But here's the reason why I wanted to replace this arch on this side. You can see that it's certainly had better days. On the inside it isn't too bad in a way of rust, but you can see it's had its damage done. And on the other side of the vehicle, around here, there was a little bit more, pretty much half a Dartmoor hidden up in this arch liner. But yeah, you can just about see here why now I wanted to replace the other one as well. And on the inside, it is completely starting to go. So yeah, just thought I'd give you a little update of progress. I haven't got anything else off yet, apart from the arch liners. There's a good amount of, there's about 15 screws on each side just holding the arch liner in. I'm dreading to think how I'm going to take this bumper off if it's 30 screws down, 2 arch liners out. I'd best crack on. What can I say? So, after many hours of wrestling with trying to remove the front bumper of this car, there is no guides from what I could find anywhere on how to do it video-wise, but I've finally managed to get it off. It's a lot. I found one guide on YouTube. I'm not even going to say the name of the person doing it because it said it covered my vehicle when it very clearly didn't. Yeah, so frustrating. I think it took me about 4 hours to get the front bumper off. I mean, who in their right mind puts... I followed the guide. There's 3 screws on each of the arches that I had to remove out. So I had to remove the arch liner. Then you have to remove the 3 screws on each side on the inside of the bumper. Let me just turn this camera around and show you what I mean. Yeah, then you have to remove 3 screws in here from inside the arches. Alright, on each side. and there was all three. I'm doubting this bumper has never been taken off, which is very good. Come down here, and you have to remove these big ones that poke out, but unlike the guide that show you online, it says that they come out all the way. They don't. They slide in and out. It's like a slider for over here. Just slides on the bumper. I don't know what that's all about. Random bit of black paint, but okay. And yeah, there was 5 screws from underneath in the middle of the crash bar. Now, if you've got chunky hands like me, there is, oh, it was an absolute ball ache. And everybody was saying on all these videos that you don't need to remove the headlights. Believe me, you do have to remove the headlights, because how else you're going to get your hand through the headlight to get at that one there, and then that one there, and then you've got one in the middle here, and another 2 more on the side. This one was the hardest, because there's no gap between the intercooler shroud and the screw. That one took me a good half an hour just alone to undo. Right, so that's the bumper off. Now I'm going to look at taking the arches off. But let me just show you here why I want to look at replacing the intercooler. Somewhere in there is the intercooler. I mean, look at the state of that. It certainly has done the 160,000 miles on this car. I mean, that's grot if ever I've seen it. Yeah, I've never seen anything like this. Mind you, I've never owned a car with this many miles. I've owned 10-year-old cars before. I had a Peugeot 106 for my first car, and that was 11 years old. I only covered 60,000 miles, but it was in much better shape than this. And I only paid a couple of pennies for that 106, believe me. But blimey. So yeah. I'm going to look at cleaning up the intercooler I've got behind me, and somehow I've got to work out how to take that one out, because that looks like it's going to be another mammoth job. Great. So I've taken a day off now. It's a fresh new day. I'm back with enthusiasm, because this thing is really starting to tick my patience off, as you can imagine. I got to the workshop. First things first, I got the shroud around the intercooler cleaning off. All happy days. The intercooler, the newish one that I bought the other... Well, I didn't buy. I got given the other day. I cleaned it all up. I found out from Mark that it was off of a Passat. Exactly the same engine, exactly the same, you know, everything that you would expect. Right? Same location, the works. But it turns out that they are 2 very different intercoolers. You can see from the pipework that no way is that going to go on. I mean, the size difference is stupid. I don't think it's going to be able to go over the pipework. So I've already set about soaking the old intercooler. I mean, look at the state of that. Look at the state of that. In some oven cleaner, engine degreaser, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, I'm just hoping that it does something. So I've got the nice job now of cleaning all this grot off. Yeah. Ugh. God's sake. Let that soak in and see what I've got to work with. Oh, I love getting all the good jobs, me. There's a couple little greasy fingerprints on it. That's from me. But the difference, you can actually see it in there now. That just pushed straight back in. And it all sits in there nice and snug again. So happy days. All right, let me show you what I've done here with the panel. I've fitted one of these panels off of camera just because I wanted to work out, but damn, that looks so much better than the previous panel that was on there. I managed to get the gapping pretty damn spot on. I haven't tightened up the bottom bit yet and all the inside, because you have to put it back together in order that you take it off. So the next thing to go on will be obviously the other side, and it'll be front bumper, then it'll be inside the arch liner, and then it'll be the arch liner, and yeah, happy days. But no, the colour match, considering that paint job there is 18 years old, that one's 3 days old. You can see it does need a little bit of a machine polish, but all in all, I'm very happy with that. Right, the reason behind the masking tape. Next to the masking tape is where screws are going to go. Right, if you remember here, I can't remember if I filmed it or not, but there's 3 horrible spikes, these things here, that go onto the bumper, and you have to push and aim it for the hole. To minimise damage, because obviously I don't really want my hard work to be undone, I've just masking taped up the area slightly where it could be on show if it was to slip and scratch. It's not going to be foolproof, but it should help with the next stage. I'm going to finish off that side, and then I'm going to come over here and finish taking this off. As you can see, I've only got so far with this side because I just lost patience with it. But yeah, the headlight's back in. There's a nice line going around that. Not too much difference from factory. So all in all, I am very impressed so far. So considering I'm a chef by trade, as you all know, well, you should all know by now if you've been following me from day one, you know, I'm thoroughly happy with how it's looking. So yeah, I'm just finding it really hard to film. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you guys, with everything that I have to do and all the stuff that I don't know how to do it. So I'm spending a lot of the time looking it up myself, watching how it's done myself. I just fear that this video is a bit hit and miss. I'm going to be honest with you, but this is, as I said, progress shots of how this is coming along. So yeah, all in all, if the other side goes as smooth as this side so far, touch wood, happy days. And doing the same steps but in reverse, the Audi is now all put back together. It is covered in a lovely thick layer of dust, as you can see from the handprint. And we have achieved a lot here in the last 4 days, if you ask my honest opinion. We've stripped the whole front end off the car. We've sprayed and fitted new arches. We've cleaned out the intercooler. We've put it all back together. And we only had 5 bolts left over, which is a result. And obviously we've de-chromed the front again, as the previous attempt was stone chipped to high heaven. Hopefully this one lasts a little bit longer. So yeah. Oh, and off of camera, I fitted my new gear knob. So the red neck is all now gone. There's a few little things I want to carry on and do to the Audi, but that's going to have to wait for a later date. Now it needs a damn good wash from sitting in this dusty old workshop, and then we can hopefully get a good look at the new arches and see how close the colour match really is. If you've made it this far in this video, I take my hat off to you and I thank you a lot. I had no idea on how to film the progress of this repair, so to say, because I was going in blind and I didn't have a foggiest what to do. Another thing is with the current COVID situation, us being all on lockdown and me being on my own, it is hard to film on your own when you're trying to work along and do stuff like this. There's no one to pick up the camera while you're twiddling your thumbs and cracking on, you know? So I'm going to stop waffling now, and I'm going to thank you all for watching. This has moved the progress of the Audi along drastically. I've just got the cooling to sort out now. I've got a few niggly little bits here and there to sort out. I've got the front upper control arms to do for the next MOT. It's still drivable, it's still safe, but you can just slightly wiggle the wheels, so they're on their way out. It's definitely them, not the bushings. I've checked it all over. So yeah, there's that to do, and then the fun and games can start on the ST. See you all next time.